Now let's see how the hamsters work with this one. That's the wrong screen. Oops. There we are, that's better. Right, okay. Hopefully you guys can hear this in about 20 seconds time. It'll take about 20 seconds for everything to come through, but there we are. Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure that we're all okay. Yeah, test messages coming up, that's fine. Cool, right. Hello everybody, and welcome to another Streamstructor. Now hopefully you can hear me. I'm just going to test that. There we are, that's better. Right, okay. Hopefully you guys can hear this in about 20 seconds time. It'll take about 20 seconds for everything to... Yes, it works. Right, okay, sorry about the echo there. I just want to make sure that you guys were hearing what I was hearing and it was coming through. And it is, it's fine. Oh, the test bit comes up on the live stream. I'm playing the live stream with the side, so I'll try and minimise that down a bit now so we can have a look. I do have a chat for you. Hello everybody, welcome to another Streamstructor. It is Sunday the 5th of September 2020. Yeah, interesting month. A very Walter Scott themed month on the channel, I think is probably the best way of putting it. Three videos related to him this month. We got Jeb Rabbie, where he's buried. I ended up going to Abbotsford House, where he died. And Six Facts in him. So it's very a Walter Scott month. Interesting fellow. I would recommend check out all the Six Facts and all the information about them. And it was a very interesting... time putting them together in July, because it wasn't July I did them. But yeah, no, it's been okay this month. It's been a month of me going about the country and seeing places and doing a lot of castle vlogs and enjoying my time in different places than being down here. But I'll talk more about that later on, because I've got a wee story to tell you in video form that I pre-recorded at the site. But yes, hello. How's your month been? How have you guys all been going on? Leave a chat down below. They've got the chat on YouTube there. The Facebook should be working at some point, hopefully. It may not. My finger work is absolutely terrible today. There we are. Yeah, I can't see anything. This basically, this is how close I am to the camera. So it's confusing me a little bit, but there we are. Enough rabbiting on from me. Or not. I don't know. How do you want to work it, guys? I don't know. But... as you might have noticed, I don't have any disembodied voices with me again this month. To be fair, it's the summer, everybody's busy, it's just one of those things. Things are starting to come back to life. These stream structures are probably going to be my own thing going forward. They will, we may end up with people coming in to say hello and chat at some point. That's absolutely fine, that's the whole point of these things. But, yeah, it's me again. I was just thinking that I put last month as the title for the Streamstructor. I think I'm alone now. ... I think I know what what the title of this one's going to be. Doesn't seem to be anyone around, so that seems to be the title for this one. So that's actually quite fun. I'm looking forward to that. But let's have a look at the schedule and see what we've got. Back to the main screen so I can actually see myself. There we are. Haha, can see me now. So back to the main screen. As you may see on the chat there, you will see in front of me that it's Fraser came in an hour early again. He I feel sorry for him. He doesn't seem to get the concept of GMT and UTC, and it's... I'm sorry, mate. I feel for you. I know my comment down below was a bit sarcastic. I feel for you, though. Time can be very confusing. But being a Doctor Who fan, you might have a better idea of how it all works, but it's timey-wimey and all that. I know. It's one of those things. So here we go. Right, yes, so birthdays time. Yeah, we've got a few birthdays this month. Always do. My dad's just turned 66, so he had his birthday on Wednesday. So, yeah, happy birthday, Dad. At least I'm the child who actually remembered you. Well, that's a dig. Oh, she'll never watch this now. Yes, hi, Kerry. But birthdays. Let's have a look at the birthdays that are going on around my friendship circles. A few significants. well, they're all significant, really. I don't think there's anything really major about them. Next one, fellow Doctor Who fan Paula. Her birthday is on Wednesday. Oh, not Wednesday. Tuesday, the 7th of September. So happy birthday, Paula. Then Maggie, your birthday is on Friday, the 10th of September. Happy birthday for that. I'm sure Deke will take you out and treat you if you're not working, of course. She's been recently doing a lot of reenactment stuff and actually been a lady in waiting in Stirling Castle, and I forgot to go. That's a bit annoying. Then another reenactment friend, Spud, his birthday's on the 22nd September. And then we get the Libra babies, 2 Libra babies of note. My Doctor Who pal, my Doctor Who friend, Alan. It's a big birthday for him this year. I don't think he ever believed he'd get that far, but he has. Happy return, sir. I hope you have a good day, whatever you do, and hopefully it's not in a drunkard's stupor. But happy birthday, Alan, on the 26th September. And honourable mention to my old boss Emma, with a wee girl April that she left the job for. So happy birthday, Emma. Many happy returns when it comes. It is when the next live stream is due, but I may forget, so I'll say happy birthday now, 3rd of October. So happy birthday for that. Yes, hello. If you've just joined me, welcome to another Streamstructor. Now, how many people have we got on board here at the moment? Only one. Ah, typical. Never mind. We'll get people in. They'll pick up at some point. Maybe not. It's just the nature of the beast in this place. But yes, hello, and welcome to another Streamstructor. I'm Barry. I do this every month around about 6 p.m. GMT in the summer, 7 p.m. GMT in the winter because of timings and summertime and all that. And the Facebook authorization isn't working again. Why does the Facebook not work for me? That's really weird. Ah, that will be why. I got the wrong stream up. So people have been chatting, it'll come up now on the screen. So I picked the wrong option. Last month it didn't work at all. This month I picked the wrong option. Hopefully the sound is a bit more in sync as well, and it's not going to double up because I've tweaked a couple of settings because I noticed the sound was really out. Hopefully there's not so much of a delay now and it's all working through camera and everything else. I know I'm getting sound, but I'm not using a microphone feed channel here. I'm using it via the webcam settings, so that'll be interesting and fun to see. So a lot of conversations, a lot of chat going on. Come and say hello, leave a comment down below. If you're seeing this later on, leave a comment down below. Don't think because you're seeing this afterwards you can't leave a comment at some point. But yes, welcome. That later. Anyway, we'll get on with a bit of vlogging and, well, not vlogging as such, but we'll get on with a bit of, what should we call that? Ah, my brain's farted already. I'm only 10 minutes in. Yes, so we'll go and do the first of the archive videos, and it is vlog 24. Hello everybody. It's Friday the 12th of February 2016, a mere 3 days after the New Lanark vlog, and I am on the way to Edinburgh. At the end of my week off, I'm going to go to the castle today. I'm presently stopped off at Hart Hill Services, which is about halfway, just at the fag end of Lanarkshire effectively, and I'm on the way there to visit the castle and maybe do a little bit of a touristy run, depending how long I'm in the castle for, because the castle's quite a big attraction. I'm there to have some fun, enjoy myself today, and obviously do some filming, some vlogging. As it was with the New Lanark vlog, probably get a few test shots of RT shots, but it's all for the project that I'm planning for later in the year, which you'll find more about as time goes on. Anyway, I'm going to go get some lunch provisions at the service station here, and then I will next speak to you when I'm waiting for the bus to get into Edinburgh. So, I'm at the park and ride at Straighton, which is about halfway along the Edinburgh City bypass, to get a bus. Now, I've driven all the way from East Kilbride over to Edinburgh. Why am I not going straight in? Basically, parking costs. You try going over to Edinburgh and parking. It's going to be difficult to find a space, especially at the time of day I'm doing. And it's a tip I found from the festival. Basically, you go to park and ride here, £4 for a return ticket on the bus. Alright, another half an hour into your time, but at least you'll be able to get in your walkabout and then you park and ride back out again. And the buses are fairly regular, every 10-15 minutes. It's really a good way of doing it. So that's a top tip for the next time you're in Edinburgh. Try and find a park and ride. There's one on Straighton, there's one at Hermiston Gate as well. Try and get one of those and you should be absolutely fine. But just to prove to you how quiet it is, and this is a Friday we're talking about, it's a working week for most people. If I turn this camera around, you will see that there is still a few spaces in this car park, so it's not used as much as it could do. So it's certainly worth a look when you're considering coming to Edinburgh to do a visit, and it is a lot better to park on the outskirts and go in to try and find a space in town, definitely. There's my prize. Well, it's not so much a prize, it's more the destination I want to go to today, Edinburgh Castle. So, it's taken me about 45 minutes to get from the park and ride to just outside. A little bit longer than I expected, but then again, it would have taken a little bit longer to walk it if I'd stopped at Princes Street, which is the alternative. So I stopped off a couple of stops before Princes Street so I can avoid the worst of the climb, because it is a bit of a climb to get up there. You'll see that as I go along, hopefully, if I'm not knackered. So here we go, Edinburgh Castle, here we come. There's your parking proof. That's how much it costs you to park. And I'm potentially looking at 4 or 5 hours here. There's spaces in this car park, but even so, £4 is certainly a lot better. Time to show it. Look at that. Edinburgh Castle. So I'm here. Now, I'm a historic Scotland member, so it's cost me relatively nothing to go in. It will for the audio tour, but that's fine. And I have been here once before, but it was for a living history thing, so I didn't get a chance to go around all the exhibits of the museum. And the museum's there, so this time, that's the intention. So, idea is to get the odd shot, if I can, and put together a little montage, like I have done the past couple of videos. Basically, any points of interest I will talk about. Sorry, I'm getting really knackered. Because how unfit I am. I climbed from down there back up to here. And the incline's slight, but oh, how am I feeling it? I've still got the effects of walking up and down those slight slopes to the Falls of Clyde on Tuesday as well, so my ankles aren't exactly 100%. Anyway, enough moaning from me. Let's go have some fun, shall we? So I've still touring around the castle. It's nearly 1 o'clock. I'm going to make my way down to the 1 o'clock gun, because last time I was here it was a Sunday and they don't fire it on a Sunday. It's nearly 1 o'clock now, so I'm going to get a few shots of the gun being fired. Well, my heart wasn't racing before, it certainly is now. Yeah, they've just done the firing there. A bit shaky camera, but then again I was holding up high, so I suppose the reaction is natural. Woo! A lot of wadding in it, I suppose, but there we are, it's 1 o'clock. Let's carry on.
Who is that instrument of justice? For it is I who does punish those who break of the law. Venture to the toll booth, and there you'll see the heads of those who have broken the law. Go further to the Netherbow, to the city gate at World's End, and there you'll see the arms and the legs of those who have broken the law. There, for all to observe. Let me begin with a simple question. To all the gentlemen here present, fellows, if you are a married man, be pleased to raise your hand. Don't be shy. I've given you permission. Hands up if you're married. Don't be shy. Aye. But is it not true, fellows, that wives are all but nags? They nag and nag and nag their poor husbands. But ladies, take heed, for here in Edinburgh there is a law. There is a law that has it, that if you are a wife who's been adjudged a nag, you will be sentenced to enlist the franks or the skull's bridle for this device.
So I'm in the Castle Square, near the end of it for me. Been to quite a few places, been to the National Scottish War Museum. There's 3 war museums of various regiments here. You've got the Scots Dragoons and you've got the Royal Scots, I think. I'm not going in all them. The 2 best rooms are the Crown Jewels Museum and also the Memorial, which both of them don't allow much photography in, so you won't get many photos from there. You'll get a few more shots from me. You've obviously had the 1 o'clock gun today, and I'll be back to you later in the vlog. So, on my way down the Lang stairs, my way home. Yes, finished for my tour of Edinburgh Castle. It's really difficult, I'm finding, to actually discuss things and talk about things without a second person speaking beside me. So, I think the next time I go somewhere like this, I'll take someone else with me so I can have a bit of conversation. But apart from that, if you have been watching as always, thank you very much, and don't forget to subscribe. Next video is up next Sunday as always, around about 7 o'clock GMT. Until then, thanks very much, and I'll see you later. Oh, wow. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Streamstructor. Yes, you've just seen me, one of my first vlogs of the weekly uploads era, trip to Edinburgh Castle. Now, it's interesting watching that one back, as it has been with all these videos I've put up in the past nearly 2 years of doing these archive videos on the live streams. It's interesting seeing how I have progressed as a person on camera, and I was watching over again earlier today to look at subtitle correction for the Abbotsford House vlog that just came out last week, and it's amazing to see the difference in my confidence, the way I come across on camera, how comfortable I am compared to that when I'm a little bit nervy. And it's interesting how that develops over time. And to be fair, that was what, 5.5 years ago I did that. It was February 2016. And the fact of me saying, oh, I might want to have somebody else with me, never did, really. And I've just grown in confidence. It's interesting seeing that development. And now we're seeing it in a bit more of an incremental way. So I may not, if you watch them all in one go, you may not see them all in one go. You may not see the development as much as I do. But it's interesting going back and watching these things every time. It really is quite fun to do and see. Excuse me a minute, I've got a bit of wind. This is going to be really bad. Hang on a second. Hopefully that didn't catch. Anyway, if it did, my apologies. So yes, while we're on here, Andrew M Vlogs came on and said hello. He just said hi. I said hi back. I don't know if you're still there, Andrew, but I hope everything's going well for you. You were at Mardi Gras yesterday. Not Mardi Gras, Mardi Gras. So it's basically the LGBTQ plus. I'm terrible at it, and half my friends are going to kill me for that. You were at the parade yesterday. It went through Glasgow. I saw a lot of pictures and photographs for that. It looked like a really good day, and it's really good that you guys are getting to go out and do those songs at things again after 18 months of being stuck and not been able to do much due to social distancing and everything else. But yes, that was a castle vlog I did all the way back in 2016. I was off a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. It must have been 2 weeks ago now. My brain cells going completely funny. I was off and I did a week of going about the country. Well, really the first half of the week. So I ended up getting... the idea this time with my week off was to get a hire car and go and do some vlogs and get some vlogs in the bank. And if I do a vlog a month, as it stands at the moment, I'm okay until July next year, which is great. So I've ended up going to the David Livingstone Centre in Blantyre. I then went to the I went to Edzell Castle in Angus, followed by Resteneth Priory in Angus, not far away from Forfar. I then went to let's try and get my fingers back there so you can see me. I then went to Fort George on the Tuesday, then Elgin Cathedral on the Wednesday, or on Tuesday as well. I stayed over in Elgin on Tuesday night, travelled back down to Huntly Castle in Aberdeenshire after going to Bewley Priory, just up north of Inverness. And then the plan was to have had a quiz night with Frey and his fiancée, and Jamie was there as well on the Wednesday night. Managed to drive from Elgin to Glasgow in... well, Huntly Castle to Glasgow in 4 hours, which is not bad actually, really, considering how far away that is. The only frustrating thing with the driving down the road is there's a few roadworks on the A90, and every time you got to roadworks, there's a tractor in front of us, so you're going at 20 miles an hour instead of 40. But that's a little gripe for me, little driving gripe, not going to say much more about that. So Thursday was a day of rest, really. Friday was time with my sister. Saturday, I was planning to go to Jedburgh Castle and jail, because I wanted to go to Jedburgh Castle and jail when I was down for Jedburgh Abbey in May, but it was shut because of the COVID situation. So I thought I'd go this time, and I booked my appointment and everything else, but I'll explain it a little bit better by actually playing the following video of my trip and what happened when I got. So let me tell you a little story about my attempted trip to get to Jedburgh Castle and Jail on the 28th of August 2021 at 1:20 p.m. When I was planning my week off and what I wanted to do, the first thing I booked was Jedburgh, because I wanted to go back to the borders on the Saturday, have a wee pootle about, enjoy myself on the Saturday in the hire car before the hire car goes back the next day. So I booked it all in, absolutely fine, no problem. 24th of August, I am up in Elgin after filming Edsel Cathedral, and not Edsel Cathedral, Elgin Cathedral, and I was staying up there overnight, so it's not much of a journey, because it's a 5 hour journey to get up to that part of the country from Glasgow, so the north of Scotland. So I thought, well, I'll just take it, I'll stay overnight and come back on the Wednesday, which I did. But while I was having a meal, I got a message from one of my reenactment friends. Do you want to join in a reenactment event at Maybole in Ayrshire on the Saturday, the 28th? I said, yeah, I'm happy to do that, no problem. So, okay, Jedburgh Castle, not going to happen. I hadn't cancelled the appointment at this point. I was going to do that on the Thursday when I came back. So I went for a walk to Whiteley's Wind Farm on Thursday, the 26th. And when I got back from the walk, I had a message from my reenactment friend saying, by the way, Maybole has been cancelled due to COVID outbreak. And I'm going, oh, that's a shame. Never mind. I hope they get it all sorted soon and it's not a major outbreak and they're able to get things sorted quickly, because obviously you don't want that situation. So it wasn't going ahead. And I'm thinking, great, okay, cool. Jedburgh Castle, I'm going to be able to go on Saturday. Thank goodness I hadn't cancelled the appointment yet. Thursday night comes round and we have some internet issues. Fabulous. Great. Internet problems. We are... problem, basically. And I'm going to spend an hour trying to get it all sorted myself, going through all the troubleshooting they have on the website and everything else. And then I booked an appointment. The next appointment they had was Saturday, the 28th of August, between 12 and 4. And I'm thinking, right, I want to be there. I want to make sure it's all sorted. Connections, it might be connection-wise. There might be a bit of work done. I want to make sure it's there to supervise it, because my parents could be there, but I wanted to just be there to make sure. So Jedburgh Castle's not going to go ahead. That's fine. I'll cancel it in the morning. It's 10 o'clock at night. Can't be bothered. I'll just cancel it in the morning. Next morning, all fixed. They said it was an error fault. Cancel the appointment for the fault for the internet is now being cancelled. I hadn't cancelled Jedburgh Castle at this point. Great, fine, no problem. So I start the journey 10:30, try and take a route that's via Peebles. Regretted it because I'm 10 minutes late for the appointment time. And then I get to the gates to get into the entrance, and this is what I see. So there we are. All the thing about going to the castle and the jail and having an interesting vlog to film. And then at the entrance there's a sign saying Jedburgh Castle Jail will be closed at 12:40 for a private wedding. So that means I've effectively travelled for 3 hours, 100 odd miles, through beautiful borders countryside to come to Jedburgh and find I can't go to the castle that I'd planned to book in all this time. Oh well, there's always next year. There is always next year, yes, absolutely. So, that was my trip to Jedburgh Castle. I made use of the day. I went and wandered around Jedburgh. It's a small town, but I got some of the steps in. I then went and had something to eat at Carter's Rest, which is a pub which is not far from the main car park. Great thing about Jedburgh is you can park in a free car park down the bottom where the main road is, the A68 is, and then you can walk about and just enjoy your day. And it's a lovely little town, and I like going down that part of the country, to be fair. And it's not far away from the English border, so once I'd had my fish and chips at the Carter's Rest, and they were lovely by the way, I decided, right, okay, we'll just carry on the A68 until we get to the border, get to the viewpoint, We did that, I had a look over the viewpoint, and then came straight back up the road again. I went via Lanark and that way to get back up to Glasgow and home. And it was a lovely last day with the hire car. And the hire car went back last Sunday. So that was my trip to Jedburgh Castle. An anticlimax for the week is all I'm probably going to say to that. An absolute anticlimax for the week. So, there we are. That's that clip done for the clip stream on Wednesday now. No. In all seriousness, no. Next video, running order. I'm going to do as a review for. Welcome to Streamstructor if you've just joined us. I'm Barry. I'm here every first Sunday of the month, usually at 7 PM GMT in the winter. It's 6 PM in the summer because of daylight saving and all that stuff, British summertime. I know that confuses some friends. I need to start putting UK time in there just so they know. But yeah, overall, that is the situation with the streams. You'll get a mix of chat, conversation. Sometimes you have some of my friends that joining as disembodied voices. Sometimes you get other things come in, other conversations and chats. People have a talk on the chat, as you can see down below there. I've had a couple of people to have a talk there, which is brilliant. But overall, yes, I'm live on Facebook. I'm live here on YouTube. The chats are available here on the screen here. And it's a kind of pared down month. The whole month is kind of pared down. Just to an extent, because last month it was quite busy in regards to channel stuff. This month I do have videos up, I do have stuff up and running. Everything's done, but it's a little bit more Doctor Who focused this month, and the reason is I want to get to 50 Doctor Who reviews by next month, because I want Who Month to start a slightly different format, a slightly different way of doing the reviews from 51 onwards, so I've ended up recording 2 videos this month for review: the Croton starring Patrick Troughton and the Crimson Horror starring Matt Smith. I seem to be on a Mark Gatiss story riff at the moment. Every time I go back to a revived series, I seem to be doing a Mark Gatiss written story. Those are the breaks. I'm not going to complain about them, but it just seems to be an interesting point. So yes, the reason is 48 is Crotons, 49 is Crimson Horror, 50 is going to be the 50th ever Doctor Who story broadcast, which is the War Games, which I've started watching for the review today, earlier on. So I'll hopefully be able to record that next week in preparation. So yes, it's getting to that interesting stage when I'm getting to 50 Doctor Who reviews now. As I say, the format is changing a little bit. What I'm reviewing is going to change a little bit, and I'm in the very early stages of getting plans for that done. You'll see the result of that change in November, but if you want to see the other reviews, you can check on the playlist on the main channel page, and the link to this review will be down below for the Trial of the Time Lord parts 1 to 4, as all the videos that are from the archives are on every live stream. But yes, let's get on with the next video. Hello there and welcome to another Doctor Who review. This time is a little bit more special. It's the first of a few based around a season of Doctor Who. This is Who Month after all. This is the anchor of the whole month, and it's around the 6th Doctor. Now, there has been a Blu-ray that's come out recently based around one of his seasons, and that's exactly where I'm going to be reviewing. So let's get into it, shall we? Yes, it's a Trial of a Time Lord, and this time I'm reviewing parts 1 to 4. And as always, I have for the classic reviews the television companion, which actually has the full plotline for the whole story. for the whole series in the one paragraph, or couple of paragraphs it is. What I've done is that it is written in such a way you can split it up, so I'm going to read the first very part of it that's relevant to parts 1 to 4. The TARDIS is drawn to a space station where the Doctor is subjected to a Time Lord inquiry into his behaviour, presided over by the Inquisitor. The prosecuting counsel, the Valyard, presents his first piece of evidence, which consists of a recording played back on a screen linked to the Matrix. It concerns a visit by the Doctor and Peri to the desolate planet Ravalox, which turns out to be a future Earth, shifted light years through space. The court watches as the pair get caught up in a conflict between the surface-dwelling tribe of the Free, led by Queen Katrika, and the planet's other inhabitants, a group of subterranean technocrats and their robotic ruler, Drafro. Two shady off-worlders, Glitz and Dibber, are meanwhile attempting to appropriate from Drafro some mysterious secrets, details of which are censored from the Matrix record. The secrets are eventually destroyed, along with Drafro, as a result of the Doctor's actions. So, Trial of a Time Lord parts 1 to 4. So, yes, treat this in little parts like this throughout these reviews I'm doing for Trial of a Time Lord, purely because they are kind of able to be broken up like that. Yeah, there's supposed to be an overarching plot of the Doctor being on trial, but these segments are kind of in little story segments that you can review, and it's better than doing the whole thing in the one go. But what I will do in the series, as I'll mention later on with the scoring, is I'll individually score each section, and then I'll put an overall score for the whole thing based on an average. Anyway, moving on to that, this part of the story is better than some of the stuff you got in the previous couple of seasons, to be fair. There are a lot of gems in the past couple of seasons, but there's a lot more clunkers, and this isn't one of them. It's a strong-ish script, it's very steady for Robert Holmes. This is the last one, because he turned very ill and died not long after completing this story, which was a shame. And you can see elements of Robert Holmes's scripting in here. Holmes was very good at doing kind of mysteries. Holmes is very good at doing some of the best secondary character scripting. Not the strongest in parts. Queen Katrika's a bit annoying and a bit pointless. But you've got Balazar, you've got Merdine, nice little subplots. You've got, of course, Drafro, and you've also got Hunker and Tandril. Yeah, Humka and Tandril, I'll get that right eventually, there as well with Drafro. And then, of course, you've got the Doctor and Peri, which I'll come to in a minute with their relationship. And also you've got the stars, really, of the guest cast, which are Glitz and Dibber. Glitz is certainly traditional rogue that Robert Holmes is very good at writing for Doctor Who. And it's very, very nice to see Robert Holmes writing a decent, good to see him writing again in the series. He did the Two Doctors a year before. This, I think this is actually a slightly better outing of the two he did in the Sixth Doctor era, if I'm absolutely honest. Two full stories. He did write the 13th episode of Trial of a Time Lord, but he didn't get to finish the 14th, which was the plan. Just due to unfortunate circumstances with him passing away. But overall, yeah, there's a couple of firsts in this one. It's the first directorial debut of Nicholas Mallet. He would direct 3 stories altogether. Paradise Towers and Curse of Fenric were his other ones. Then the music. For the first time since 1980, the theme tune has changed. It's now composed by Dominic Glynn, and very akin to the Delia Derbyshire. The bumpty bumps are back a bit more. It's in the same key as the original. The Howell version was an F sharp, I think it was. This is back to the G key again, which is nice to hear. And then we've got, he did incidental music. This is his first incidental stint. He does the latter part of the season, the last 2 episodes. He also does scores for Dragonfire, Survival, and of course one of my favourite stories of all time, The Happiness Patrol. So this is the start of his Doctor Who journey. And it is also the first full outside broadcast filmed, outside model shots of course, outside broadcast filmed story since The Stones of Blood in 1978, almost 8 years previously. And it will be the start of OBB News and All Location all the way through until the end of the series. Then we have probably one of the biggest things of the story, the spaceship shot. Still stands up 33 years after it was created. It is one of the best shots of the 80s in any sort of model shots that were used in TV series, as far as I'm concerned. The only series that seems to have anything close to it would be Next Generation, Star Trek Next Generation. They always had the budget to do it all the time, but they did use a lot of stock when it comes to the ship motions as well. But yeah, worth the money. As far as I'm concerned, really worth the money and really worth going for it. But yeah, no, it's a fun little thing, and certainly worth a watch. And I certainly do enjoy coming back to it. And this time round, when I've been watching it, I've been thinking I actually understand some of the more nuances this time round of it. Before, I've been watching it kind of from a teenager's early 20s eyes, but this time I took a bit more critical view of it and actually enjoyed it a little bit more for the plot lines and everything else, and the understanding of it a bit more as well. The fact that obviously Glitz is trying to con his way through everything is brilliant in some ways, and it's certainly a characterization that you miss a lot of, and you don't really get many more wheeler dealer characters really after this until obviously you get into the new series. Let's go into the characters, and let's go into the actual characters as they go. So we've got the Doctor, Colin Baker, his second full season, and he's mellowed a hell of a lot. The Doctor's more likeable than he was last year. Obviously, there was a plan to peel the onion away, and Colin Baker never got a chance to do a third series, which I think you would have sort of kind of Capaldi-esque character coming through in regards to the journey. He would have been a bit more full circle if he had a little bit more time. But you are starting to see that here. His relationship with Perry is a lot more congenial. They actually like each other, they enjoy being in each other's company, and there's lots of elements there where you expect them to have a fight, and they didn't. They had it in a kind of jokey way. It was dealt with in a different way, and it's really pleasant to see. But yeah, Colin Baker's certainly in his element. He's very comfortable in the role by now, you can tell that. And it feels like he's not been away, to be fair, even though there was an 18-month gap between Revelation of the Daleks and this story. But yeah, the Sixth Doctor is a good characterization here. I do enjoy Colin Baker's characterization of the Sixth Doctor by this point. He's still not my favourite, and there's still elements where it's a little bit lacking, but you know, watching this again with a bit more of a critical eye, maybe I have been a little bit harsh on Colin Baker when I did my rankings last year for the Doctors. Maybe he shouldn't have been so low down. Maybe my appreciation should be a little bit better, but hey, I like all the Doctors, and unfortunately he's not one of my favourites. But Colin Baker never puts a foot wrong. He always acts brilliantly. I suppose the bits in the trial room when he's talking to the Valeyard and the confrontation between the Valeyard in there, he's a bit childish, calling them the stack yard and the knackers yard and the scrap yard, as he says throughout the series. It just doesn't work for me. Bit childish and puerile, and it is commented on. And yeah, the bits in the adventure are a lot better than the bits in the trial room here. For the Doctor's character and all, but Colin Baker plays them well, as he has to. Then we go to Perry, played by Nicola Bryant. You can tell she's really comfortable with it now. She's actually wearing clothes that actually she feels comfortable in. She's not in leotard. She's not in things that, show her assets. She's actually in natural clothes that she would probably wear on a regular basis, and it looks a bit more comfortable. She looks a bit more comfortable, and it's a great relationship they've got, and Perry works. All right, yeah, she's a bit of a screamer, she's a bit femme fatale at times, but you can see the spunkiness of Perry there. You can see some of the arguments they have at various points trying to do stuff, and Perry's still loyal to him and everything else, but she does try and think for herself, and she wants to try and help the Doctor at the end with Draffro, and it's quite an interesting little bit she gets to try and drive Balazar Murdine to go through, and the fact that she comes to her own a little bit when it comes to the confrontation with with Perry, with Glitz as well, is actually quite cool, and I quite like some elements of that. Then we have the other two regulars for the series. We've got the Inquisitor, played by Linda Bellingham. She is basically the judge. Bit of a, I think having her works because you need that kind of gravelly voice there for the informity. It's interesting. It's a woman. Obviously, I like that kind of empowerment aspect to the character. That they're kind of equal. The main character, obviously he's a bit of pantomime villain at times, is the Valeyard, played by Michael Jason, the main villain of the whole piece, really, not the side characters we've got here. Jason Starts off like a "I want to get you, Doctor," and you see him getting more and more into it as time goes on. You see more of that in the next part of I'm going to review of the Valiant, so I won't really skip much on there. But Michael Jason's a great actor. You can see that he's playing the character of a plumber and really enjoyable part. But really the Valio comes into his own next time, so I'm going to leave that just a little bit here. You then have the guest stars. So you've got Katrika, played by Joan Sims. I'm a queen. I'm trying to not be a funny lady and trying to be serious, and she plays it. She hams it. Simple as that. It's all right, but it's a bit kooky. It's a bit out of place, and it doesn't seem to fit well with the rest of the characters. She's supposed to be the leader of this tribe. She basically looks like a fat Boudica. It's a nice idea, nice stunt casting, but doesn't really work. It's kind of like a Beryl Reid kind of, doesn't quite work for the character performance, really. Like Beryl Reid was in Earthshock. Glitz, Tony Selby. Best bit of that segment. Selby plays it spot on. He lifts the script. Some of the phrasings he's talking about with his musings and the fact that he's always scheming and trying to find a better plan. Glitz is a brilliant character, and I'm pleased he comes back later in the series, and he makes an appearance in Dragonfire as well, which is ironic because the next time Dominic Glynn scores anything with seems to have Tony Semble there as the constant with his scoring. In his first few stories. His foil is Dibber. Dibber is kind of like a dumb boy. Glenn Murphy plays him as he's scripted. I mean, the script, as I say, is okay, but there isn't really much for some of the main parts in that respect. Merdine, Ton Chatborn. Merdine is obviously the main guard at Marb Station, as they call it. Noble enough. He plays it okay, but the characters are slightly overshadowed at parts here. He does a good turn, but there's not really much to say about the character. Then you've got Draffro by Roger Brearley, who's actually... Draffro is the voice here. Brearley was supposed to be in the costume as well for the robot, but one of the BBC special effects guys ended up fitting into it better than Brearley did. Brearley does a good performance, but basically he's on the end of the mic speaking in the part. He learnt it, and it's a decent robot. It's a good design, but... It's just a robot, really. And you've got Balazar played by Adam Blackwood. He's probably one of the interesting ones. I love the conversation when the Doctor first meets him about the different books. Was it the Water Babies and Moby Dick were two of the books, and the Habitat of the Great Canadian Goose was the other one, which is has a bit of comedy in there. But Balazar's interesting. After the stoning section, and he goes out to the Tribe of the Free. He's a bit more pointless, but he's an interesting start for a character. Then you've got what's supposed to be the comic relief with Draffro's lair, Humka and Tandrell, Billy McNichol and Sean Tudor Owen. I think that's how you say it. It's either Sean or Sean Tudor Owen. I think they're supposed to be the foil. They're more annoying than a foil, to be fair, and they're not really funny. Humbug and Turgid or something, or Humbug or Tandrel or whatever it is. I can't remember what the Doctor says now for them, but basically it's better than the characters themselves. They are a bit of humbug, really. They're not the best performing of the characters. Overall, yeah, I mean, the story's okay. It works. This idea of it is a basic run around Doctor Who. You're going from place to place and back and forth, like most Doctor Who's are. I do enjoy the story. The trial scenes kind of bring it down a little bit. If it wasn't for that, it would be a little bit higher, maybe, in my estimations. The story itself is okay. Most of the cast work well within the confines of the story. It is one I will come back as a comfort watch. I mean, Trial is a series I will watch. It does get more interesting in 5 to 8. That's my favourite section, but we'll come to that next time. But yeah, overall, I would give this 3.5 TARDISes out of 5. But that's it for now. That is the first of multiple videos for the review of A Trial of a Time Lord. Next up is parts 5 to 8 next week. I hope you can join me for that. If you like this video, don't forget to like it, share it, comment down below your thoughts of Trial of a Time Lord. What do you think of the story? Am I too harsh? Am I too berating? What do you think of this part of it? Is it the best? Is it the worst? Could it be better? Is it a shame it's Robert Holmes' last story? Give me all those comments and all that lovely stuff down below. If you like this video, don't forget to like it, as I say, and share it with the hashtag teamstructor. I post a new video every Sunday at 4 PM GMT. Next week is the second part of this review, parts 5 to 8 of Trial of a Time Lord, what they call Mind Warp. This one was called The Mysterious Planet. But yeah, I will see you then. Thank you very much, guys, for watching once again. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notifications bell so you know when a new video comes out. And I shall see you next time. See you later. Hello everybody, welcome to Streamstructor. You've just been watching Deanstructor Reviews Doctor Who, Trial of a Time Lord, parts 1 to 4. Now, I've just been playing back while I was doing this, I was playing back some of the feed that's come through, and notice one thing, okay? When I do this, so I'm going to try this instead. So, when I do this time, you should be able to hear me because I put the microphone on. I didn't before, it's going through the camera setting, so hopefully it will work. So we'll try this again now. So I may have found a way around of doing it so I can still control the sound. The only downside I'm seeing is there seems to be a lag between the streaming software and YouTube, so I am slightly out of sync when it's playing back. Hopefully that process is a little bit better once we get to the other end, but oh, there's always something, isn't there? It's never 100% perfect, but it's getting closer to perfection for me in regards to the way the stream works. That's your lot, really. There's not much more to talk about, really, for the live streams this month. It's been rather quick, rather quiet, rather enjoyable to watch these, and it was 2019, not 2018, because I was referencing 33 years, which would be 2019, and that'll be right, because the Teamstructor hashtag logo doesn't come up until the 2019 videos. Lots of things coming up this month. Well, not as much as last month, but still enough to keep things going. So we'll have a look at. Hang on a minute. I think I know why that is. Let me just push this through. There we are. You should be able to see that now. So we have the schedule, which will start showing up every month. This is a schedule that I'll now be posting the 1st or 2nd of every month on all the social media channels, so you guys know what's coming up for the month. So tonight, of course, we've got the Streamstructor. We then have a clip from Streamstructor, which will be the Jebra Abbey conversation. Not Jebra Abbey, Jebra Castle conversation. Speaking of Jebra, it's Jebra Abbey as the vlog. Coming up on the 12th, next Sunday at 4 PM GMT. And then the 2 Doctor Who reviews. We've got Deanstructor Reviews Doctor Who The Crotons and Deanstructor Reviews Doctor Who The Crimson Horror on the 19th and 26th September respectively. October, I think, is going to be a very busy month for the Deanstructor channel, and a lot of stuff coming forward. I think you will find that that will be when Doctor Who returns for its new series, Series 13, for those 6 episodes. If you are a regular to the channel, you know I do a first impressions video, so what will happen is if it's a Sunday broadcast, it will be the following day at 6 PM GMT, the Monday. If it's a Saturday broadcast, which I don't think is likely, it will be 4 PM on. It will be following up as a video on the Sunday. I will do that about 6 PM GMT as well, so I can keep the 4 PM initial video schedule in. So there could be a lot in October going forward, but there's a lot of plans. I potentially may have another Kidstructor in the pipeline for October. I'll tell you more about that next month. Hopefully you'll have Arthur involved with that, because he's kind of involved with that. But thank you guys for watching if you have been. If you like what you see, don't forget to like and share the video with the hashtag Teamstructor. And I'm just waiting for it to come up here so you can see it. So yes, if you like this video, don't forget to like it and share it with the hashtag Teamstructor. And don't forget that subscribe button for the YouTube channel. And also you can also go to the Facebook page as well, as you see on the Facebook live stream there. Please by all means come and look at the Facebook. I tend on the Facebook to post what we call From the Archives every Thursday, 7 PM UK time, 6 PM GMT. At the moment, I will post a random video from nearly 400 Deanstructor videos. for you to promote them for you to view and watch, and it has had a little bit of traction recently, so thank you for your support there. So yeah, stay tuned for that. I have the Patreon as well, patreon.com/Deanstructor. From as little as £1 or $1 a month, you can help support the channel by going to the page. Go to Deanstructor.com/Dean, Deanstructor.com? I wish. Patreon.com/Deanstructor. That's it for now. Thanks guys for watching as always. Yes, and I will see you next month. Until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.